Today marks 20 years of the rebooted Doctor Who. And Doctor Who was my favorite show ever. I absolutely love the thing. And today's video was supposed to be looking back on the episode Rose, the episode that brought Doctor Who into the new age. But just this morning, one of my family members saw this on the news in Australia.
Well, some troubling news for Doctor Who fans like myself, with The Sun reporting the show's future is in serious doubt. The outlet claims the iconic sci-fi series is facing the axe, with star Ncuti Gatwa poised to quit and crew claiming to be laid off.
And I was like, that's it, I have to talk about this because everywhere I go, all I see is, oh, Doctor Who's getting cancelled, Doctor Who's getting shelved, Doctor Who is over. But is it? That's what we're talking about today. So a few weeks ago, The Sun posted an exclusive article, and this video will be mainly me talking about The Sun as a publication. But anyway, they posted this: exterminate, Doctor Who facing axe as lead star Ncuti Gatwa quits amid woeful ratings and fans' fury at woke storyline. This is just an absolute all-timer of a headline. I remember seeing this pop up, not really thinking much of it, and you'll see why in a second. And I was thinking, I'll wait until I see anything official from the BBC as to whether Doctor Who is getting canned or whatever. But this news truly spread like wildfire. I haven't seen a Doctor Who article go this viral in forever. It was here, it was there, it was everywhere. And after it was on the news in Australia, I had people texting me being like, oh, are you alright? Your favorite show's getting cancelled. I'm like, we don't know that just yet. Hold your horses. And then the BBC finally responded to this article and said, this story is incorrect. Doctor Who has not been shelved. As previously stated, the decision on season 3 will be made after season 2 airs. The deal with Disney Plus was for 26 episodes, and exactly half of those have to transmit. And as for the rest, we never comment on the Doctor and future storylines. And later in this video, I'll touch on if I think Ncuti Gatwa is going to stick around or not. But anyway, end of story, right? There was an article and the BBC were like, hey, that's not true. End of story. Everyone go home, have a good sleep. I then read this tweet. Honestly, if it's Doctor Who news and the source is The Sun, it's almost definitely a lie. Over 90% of their Doctor Who exclusives are just stuff someone made up for views. Okay, Eddie Who, well how about I test your hypothesis? Why don't I go through The Sun and see if they actually have lied about stuff in the past. So let's do a deep dive on The Sun, and then I'll talk about the current state of Doctor Who and if I think it's gonna get cancelled or not. But first, if you're new here, hi, I'm Crispy and I make videos on Doctor Who all the time. So if you want to subscribe, now's a really good opportunity to. It is an absolute prime opportunity for you to subscribe right now. I'll give you a second. Do it. Thank you. Alright, let's do it. The Sun is a British tabloid newspaper that started over 60 years ago, much like a little police box show, and they have posted exclusive articles like this. Ollie Alexander set to be the new Doctor Who as first gay actor to play Time Lord. Well, we know that isn't true. Maybe the next one. Doctor Who bosses see Ollie Alexander's It's a Sin co-star, Amari Douglas, as frontrunner to replace Jodie in iconic role. So we couldn't get Ollie, but Amari Douglas, we couldn't get that one either, because we all know the Doctor that came after Jodie Whittaker was, of course, this guy from Class. Sexy new Doctor Who frontrunner emerges in race to become the new Time Lord. Spin-off star Fady Alisade. Alright, 3 for 3, you can see where this is going. EastEnders star Danny Dyer among bookies' favourites to be new Doctor Who. That's false. Comedian Richard Ayoade surprise contender to replace Peter Capaldi as Doctor Who in long-running BBC show. False. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is lined up to be the new Doctor Who when Peter Capaldi bows out this year. False. Hollywood A-list megastar lined up to be in Doctor Who in massive coup for the show. Ryan Gosling was supposed to be in season 1. It's false, but hopefully he's in season 2. Doctor Who bosses plan huge change to iconic Time Lord's wardrobe ahead of Ncuti Gatwa's debut. Hey, that is true. I guess this one is true. Ncuti Gatwa is constantly changing his wardrobe, which is very unlike previous Doctors. They usually have an iconic look. Ncuti is changing outfit week after week, I suppose. This is right. Maybe I should read the article. They're claiming that he's going to be wearing wellies. Wellies are going to be part of his iconic look. I don't think wellies are part of Ncuti's wardrobe yet, but here's to season 2. Anyway, as I continued my search, everything prior to 2014 seemed to be archived on the site, so that was about as far as I could go. But then I found a website where you can look at old archived websites, and I found some pretty interesting stuff. Danny's set for Doctor Who spin-off. That's right, Danny Minogue is supposed to be in Torchwood. That would have been cool. We could have had both Minogues in Doctor Who, but no, that didn't become true. The one and only Madonna was supposed to appear in an episode called The Last Cassandra, and attached is a truly horrifying image. I tried to do some research on this and I couldn't find anything. I don't think Madonna's ever talked about Doctor Who, but David Tennant has definitely talked about Madonna.
First celebrity crush was probably Madonna.
Nice. Jennifer Saunders is set to be the first female Time Lord, just for one episode. This is false, this never happened. Prime Minister Harriet Jones becomes a Dalek in the new series of Doctor Who. Harriet Jones becomes a Dalek. Look, I don't need to tell you, this one is definitely not true. What an all-timer of a headline. So I'm sorry if I came off sassy just then, but yes, the strike rate for The Sun is definitely not 100%. So if you're reading something from The Sun, take it with a pinch of salt. Apart from those exclusives, some of the articles are just bad. Like, they're just bad. Like this one. Doctor grabs Kylie's bum. The Telly Time Lord, actor David Tennant, 36, locks lips with Kylie's character Astrid Peth on the spaceship Titanic, just as it bursts into flames. And he can't resist having a cheeky grope of her bum. Is that a sonic screwdriver in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Hot stuff. The Doctor gropes Kylie. This is journalism? Well, look, that article is about 18 years old, so I'm hoping that times have changed for The Sun and they can write stuff better than that. Oh wait, they seem to have to write an article every time Millie Gibson goes for a swim. This is journalism? So anyway, I'm not the biggest fan of The Sun, if that wasn't obvious. But let's go back to the original headline. Doctor Who facing axe as lead star Ncuti Gatwa quits amid woeful ratings and fans' fury at woke storylines. My best guess is that it is a completely made-up article with the idea to generate clicks, but it definitely felt so believable because Doctor Who's future is uncertain, and I would love to talk on that. Back in 2023, I made a video called The Rise of Doctor Who, and I was so excited about Russell's return, David's return, Ncuti's casting, and I've got to say that video has aged like milk. This person agrees. Whilst I enjoyed the 60th and season 1, I don't think they were necessarily the slam dunk that Russell, the BBC, and Disney were expecting. If Doctor Who broke records and became the biggest show in the world, then I can guarantee you we would have been renewed for a season 3 right now. And Ncuti Gatwa is an absolutely brilliant actor and a brilliant Doctor. I really like him as the Doctor. And he's also quite young and it's quite early in his career. And I can see a world where he doesn't want to be waiting around for Doctor Who. So Ncuti Gatwa might only do 2 seasons. And that's okay. Christopher Eccleston only did 1 series, 13 episodes, and his Doctor and him as an actor are held in such a high regard. Like, it's fine. The Doctor doesn't have to stay for the 3-season minimum, you know? Also, side note, since it is 20 years since series 1, can you imagine if some of those stories came out today, like the series 1 episodes? People would be losing their minds at the woke storylines. Oh, the politicians are actually green fighting aliens? Aliens run this country? The entire character of Captain Jack Harkness would be too much for people to handle these days. Anyway, that's just a side note. Sorry, everyone. So what I can see happening here is 3 scenarios. 1, the BBC and Disney are happy and season 3 moves ahead. 2, Disney pull out of the deal and season 3 gets made just by the BBC in-house with less of a budget, but they've been doing that for so long that we probably wouldn't notice that much. Or 3, and I like to call this the doomsday scenario, the show goes on a hiatus. Notice how I didn't say cancelled or axed, I said hiatus. There's an article every few years being like, oh, Doctor Who it's getting cancelled for realsies this time. They thought they were going to have to cancel the show at the end of Tennant because Tennant was so popular. They thought there's a possibility that the show's going to end after Jodie Whittaker before this Disney Plus deal came into place. And the show did get axed back in 1989, and here I am talking about the 41st season of this show. Doctor Who is a cockroach and it will always survive in one form or another. It is one of the BBC's, if not the biggest BBC property ever. You understand how many TARDIS mugs they sell? They sell so many TARDIS mugs, so I just can't imagine it going away quietly. Someone, somewhere, some streaming service will pick it up if the doomsday scenario does happen. But for now, Doctor Who is not over. I'm very much looking forward to the new season. That trailer they just released looks absolutely incredible. My gut is telling me that Disney are likely to continue with Doctor Who, but I've been optimistic about this era before and things haven't necessarily panned out how I thought they would, so I'm reserving too much judgment, I think. But what's happened here is that people are quite uncertain about Doctor Who's future, and The Sun made a very clickbaity article on it, and it got a lot of attention, it got a lot of clicks, and it worked. It made it to the news here in Australia. So if they can use a clickbaity title, I'm going to use, I'll call this video Doctor Who is over or something like that, which is probably less clickbaity than what they did anyway. But please let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of The Sun? What do you think about Doctor Who's future? And please, for goodness sake, everyone, be civil. I know a lot of you are passionate about this show. Just please be civil in the comments. We're a respectful channel. And please leave a like on this video, as it does help the algorithm, and YouTube thinks you'll like this video. So I'd suggest you watch that if you want to. Allons-y.